What's up my friend, welcome back with me, my name is Siddiq. Dan kali ini gua mau main game yang katanya horor. Maksudnya ini visual novel horor. Dan kali ini gua mau coba mainin namanya itu The Letter. So, kali ini gua langsung mainin tampilan menunya. Dan sekarang gua langsung new game aja, belum pernah nyobain. Oke. Prolog. Siap, prolog. The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxembourg, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small, sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. However, the season of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Emergarde. Susah banget sih. The mansion has stood since 60. Gue gak bisa baca tahun. A witness to a fairy history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, bunuh diri, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. And that is when it began. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the night, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the Hollywood halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its wall were simply never heard from again. Oh my god, serem juga. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like house itself. Whispers about once great house, its legends and its curse, still fall upon villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. Sorry ya kalau misalkan rada bla 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 bahasa Inggris gue. With little regard for the truth, they had prior Realty Corporation placed the property back on sale. Like Pandora box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Blah blah blah. Good luck. Good luck katanya. Good luck. Hey. Isabel. Ada panggilan dari Rose.
Hello? Isabella? Are you there?
Hello,
How are
Isabella.
you?
There, yeah. A familiar, jittery voice comes from the other hand.
Oh, hey Rose.
Oh,
I'm at
Isabella
St.
ini.
Bernie High. What's the matter? What do you mean, what's the matter? It's a mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late.
It's a mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late.
Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised.
Oh, ternyata dia shift bareng sama dia.
Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you? You chickened out.
Ya, takut ya katanya.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously. I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here.
Ya, gua kesana, gua
This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
Ya, siap.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there. I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this.
Oh, dia pengen kayak tempat tinggalnya kayak gitu.
It really takes my breath away.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. They're not real after all.
Katanya dia, hantu itu tidak nyata.
And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything.
Dan kalau misalkan ada, mereka gak bisa ngapa-ngapain.
They're nothing but spirits.
Mereka bukan apa-apa kecuali roh.
You don't know that. They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
Dia nggak tahu kalau misalkan mereka itu dengar dan lihat si Rose ini. Dan mungkin mereka nggak seneng. Mungkin bisa ikut tuh nih si Rose.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Ya benar. Percaya atau tidak, setidaknya harus hati-hati.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
That was one time, Isabella. Listen up. Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Okay.
Fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
She hangs up before I can respond. Rose, still charming as ever.
Who was that?
Who is that? I look up from my phone to see Becca giving me a questioning look.
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
Oh,
Rose? The one you said who trained you for your job back when you started? You're working together again?
yeah.
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Ansem Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The ERC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon. Wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about?
Iya, mansion yang sangat menakutkan itu katanya.
Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
Yeah.
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Yeah.
What's so funny? Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from, no offense.
Pencet.
But you've been freaking out about the place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors and all. I honestly thought you'd back out. Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it. Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus. They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect. A sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me. Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect once she has that expression. Becca,
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks.
she crosses her arms and grimaces at the top. Her voice slightly rises as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers.
Stop eating junk! They're cheap, but they're not good for you. You'll
Yeah,
definitely
betul.
end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
Ya, betul. I eat other things too. You're not my mom. You're not my mom. I press my lips together and roll my eyes at her. I'm not entirely sure how I should feel whenever she goes on her mother-in mode. She means well. I'm glad someone looking out for me, especially with my family living on the other side of the globe. but Becca's bossy attitude can be such a pain at times. She's more overbearing than Mama, and that already says a lot.
You're not my mom.
Yes, you're not my mom.
I didn't say I am. Nope, but you're acting like one. You don't need to boss me around all the time.
Yeah, dude. She gave me a completely unimpressed look. Immediately, I braced myself for another round of reprimands from her.
I'm not bossing you around. I'm just telling you to at least mind what you're eating.
Okay?
Remember what happened last year?
What?
You ended up bedridden for 2 weeks after eating something bad. And I ended
Dia
up having to
sakit kan
listen to
gara-gara
you
makan
cry
sesuatu
about
yang
how those
jelek.
absences would take a huge chunk out of your paycheck. Do you want that to happen again?
No!
No, Mom.
No, Mom. Only a loud, frustrated sigh come from her while she pinched the bridge of her nose, likely to help ease a headache starting to form. I bit my lip, keep myself from laughing out loud at the image she makes, expecting her to say more. But when, at last, she looks up, she's simply carrying a resigned expression on her face.
I'm serious.
I'm serious.
Not my mom, Rebecca. Maria Isabella Grace.
Maria Isabella Grace. I shut my mouth after that. Although I know she's not really angry, I don't want to push it. An angry Becca isn't someone I like to cross paths with in my lifetime. I've seen it happen and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I'll stop.
Yeah, I'll stop. I grumbled, but she doesn't seem to care much, only giving me a small, acknowledging nod.
Good.
Good.
Look, if you need anything, tell me and I'll help in any way I can.
Okay.
You don't have to do this alone.
You don't have to do this alone.
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime.
Okay.
And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself. You and your pride. But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though.
I nod in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that over. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of time how friendships can take a turn for the worse, just because of a few unpaid debts. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue but about a lot of small, petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. Katanya dia seperti kakak dia sendiri. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movement when she takes a quick glance at something behind me snaps me out of my thought.
Well, enough chit-chat.
Yeah.
Lunch is ending, and my
Banyak
students will be
omong.
back any minute. We can catch up later.
Yeah.
Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that. You bet.
Alright. You bet. With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins sifting through the pages of a rather thick history book. She's probably working on next week's lesson plan, or trying at least. Her eyes are distant and she doesn't seem too attentive to whatever is on the page. Cogging, as if he's heard my thoughts. Becca starts cogging heavily. Her hands hastily goes to her mouth to stifle the sounds. And this is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes a habit out of worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own?
Hey, you sure can marry your own.
I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Okay.
Hush, dear. Don't I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
Enak banget lu. I lever her with a flat look. She has had a cold for a couple of days now. Something about the strange weather are not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice, take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. Luke was being stubborn
You
now.
shouldn't even be working right now.
Ya, siapa yang bodoh sekarang?
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you.
Alright.
I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
She offers me a reassuring smile, and I can only sigh. I'm so sorry. Why do I even bother? There is no stopping her once she has decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at it warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
Alright, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
There is an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Yeah,
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Before I can retort, she cast another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and my short visit. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classrooms and her thoughts. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion is some way out in the countryside, but I don't have trouble giving the driver direction. Apparently, everyone in Luxembourg City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of its name is enough to look for locals to give you cautious, sidelong glances. I learned that the hard way the first time I commuted there, and it only boosted my belief that there is something more to the house. Even the news of its being renovated and placed back up in the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, it did. It died down a few weeks later. The place would become a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the window once the building shrank in distance. Sekali lagi sorry kalau misalkan bahasa Inggris gue jelek. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion documents. I already looked them over last night, but you never know whether things may go wrong. Ini kapan mainnya? Ya sih, biasanya visual kayak gini nggak bakal mainnya, nggak rada-rada gameplay gitu kan. Dikit lah gameplaynya, paling kan baca-baca gini juga namanya juga visual novel. Bukan Rose tapi Ash. Guess again. That voice. Whoo.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
It's too loud.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
Okay.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool. I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 5,
6 p.m. I don't know.
I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Ermengarde Mansion?
American Dimension.
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Shut up!
Ash chuckles and I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it.
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever!
Bye. Bye. Stupid Ash. Oh. Always teasing me wherever he sees a chance. I'll show him who's talk. Sabi ko. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Yet, despite all of it, it does nothing to hide that something is just wrong. The surrounding area is unusually silent, and only the rustling of the leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. While the Anselm village is just a few miles away, everybody keeps their distance on a purpose. I'm sorry, benar-benar jelek nih bahasa Inggris gua. Perhaps out of fear, the horror of falling under the mansion curse, somehow it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at night.
You planning to go inside that place, Missy?
Yeah. The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Dia tiba-tiba ngagetin si supir taksinya. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A bit passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is non-committal hum. Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally stop myself from spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an unapologetic look. I expected him to leave as soon as I've paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something has been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Yeah.
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place.
Look, Missy, blah 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 blah.
Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite it. No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
You never know.
You never know. He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing of the rumors, I should expect that conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. Cause it's not like have a choice. Anyway, I'm so bad at English. At speaking. If I want to get that bonus and commissions one way or another, I've got to sell this property. The door is ajar. Ajar apa? When I get to it. However, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. Rose must have left it when she arrived. That's weird. We may be the only people here this early, but I've known her as someone careless. Entering what greets me inside leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook, cranny, and crevice, and made it spick and span. All for the sake of making the mansion more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever, as though it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should listen what two other people have been telling them and leave this place alone. Ya, harusnya gitu. Some things in this world are better left alone, never to be disturbed ever again.
Rose?
Rose, I call out.
Rose, I'm
Yeah.
here.
My voice echoes softly throughout the hallways. Oh, am I kidding? And the place this big, I don't think she'll hear me, no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Quickly, I reach my phone and dial her number. But
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
oh my god, tidak dikenali. Aneh banget gak dikenali. Aneh banget kan? Gak dikenali. Aduh. Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited her away, right? Right? No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. Jangan bodoh. Jangan aneh-aneh mikirnya. She probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost or something. I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
Benar-benar gak ditengali. Oh boy, I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out. Come on, Rose. This isn't funny. You know this place gives me the creeps.
No answers. Gak ada jawaban. This isn't going to work. The place is big. She could be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Oh my god. Taking a couple of steps forwards, I notice something move above the grand staircase.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you? Not funny. I'm leaving you if you don't come out. Not coming out, huh? Fine, I'm going.
Huh? Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's alright. Growing desperate, I try to contact her number again. Oh, come on. Please give me something. Please, Lord. Yes, finally.
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you?
Oh my god, that's so creepy. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off again before I can get an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are